You have.
No,
right?
I
So
haven't.
No. Stop. You don't know anything about these January 6 cases. You don't know why these people are in jail. You don't know that a man is in Brooklyn right now for 3 years without charge or trial. And when Donald Trump says these people have been held for too long, you say, no, Trump is wrong. Keep them locked up. That's fascist. Dude, you have.
Yes, Timpo did something I appreciated. I don't know if you've seen this video. He put this guy to a level he was speechless about January 6 prisoners. It is important. I'll show you this video, but before I do that, please take a look at this.
The news comes amidst a bombshell report from the Justice Department that revealed the FBI at least 26 confidential informants on the ground when the Capitol was stormed on January 6, 2021. The report says most of the informants engaged in illegal activity during the chaos. The Justice Department says only 3 of its 26 informants present had been instructed to observe potential domestic terrorist suspects on the day of the riot. The rest of the 23 appeared to have gone to the Capitol on their own accord. Upon hearing news of the report, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance posted the following on X, quote, "For those keeping score at home, this was labeled a dangerous conspiracy theory months ago," end quote. Didn't hear anything about that for the election. Didn't hear anything about that when the quote-unquote insurrection was broached by Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee. The belief that Donald Trump was a danger to democracy and using this as a profound, illuminating bullet point to make that case. And now here we are yet again finding even more evidence to Donald Trump's claims when he articulated that the process is rigged. My big issue is that I'm really, really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. I mean, I see Republicans like Megyn Kelly or Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or, the Sean Hannitys of the world. You know what I'm getting tired of? To the Democratic Party. You know what I'm getting really pissed off about? I'm getting really ticked off at every time they open their mouth about something pertaining to y'all, they seem right.
Yes, the other day, Stephen A. Smith went viral on social media until Libra started calling him a Republican. After coming out against this narrative, we all knew that January 6 was an inside job. He actually mentioned that on that clip. Libras went off on social media like never before. When you look at the video, it's almost a million views in few days. That is to tell you how people actually went on. Now, Libra influencers look set into total silence for over 3 minutes as Timpo exonerate him in defense of January 6 prisoners. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
You have.
No,
right?
I
So
haven't.
no. Stop. You don't know anything about these January 6 cases. You don't know why these people are in jail. You don't know that a man is in Brooklyn right now for 3 years without charge or trial. And when Donald Trump says these people have been held for too long, you say, no, Trump is wrong. Keep them locked up. That's fascist. Dude. You've been sitting here with no knowledge of the specifics of some of these cases. There is a man in Brooklyn right now. I'm going to say it again. No charges whatsoever brought. And he's been in jail for 3 years. For you to sit there and say it is good that he remains locked up is fascism. That is saying the hierarchical system of the courts and the government is just, and the process is all that matters. And I am saying perhaps 3 years is enough. Because I actually have moral logic and an understanding of these cases. Hence, my position on January 6th has always been the people who have attacked police must go to prison. But 3 years is a long time for us on an officer. We have seen people on the far left, notably when they were fighting shit all across Minnesota, 33 people. And how many criminal charges do we get for this? When they fire a police station and force the police to evacuate. On May 29th, 2020, when thousands of far leftists fired the White House grounds and set fire to St. John's Church and and injured police officers. How many people went to prison for 3 years? How many of them who never showed up on that day are in prison for 20 years? Enrique Tarrio wasn't even in D.C. on January 6th. And you are saying that man who his only crime was, quote, don't leave. That's his only crime. You think he should be in prison for 20 years because you're a fascist. You don't care what the facts are.
The guy is speechless. I wanted him to talk because I've been following this guy for some time now. The kind of videos he put out, he's having around 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't know about his other social media platforms. Now, looking at him, he always claimed like he knows everything. Like he is top there. Talking about January 6th, Tim Pool is perfectly right, calling out things we all know. Even him sitting there, he knows the truth. Why is it that this thing is unbalanced, is always one-sided? If you want to persecute people, make sure on both sides. If it happens here, take up the same rule. Because it was about Trump, they had to make it big. How can somebody be sitting here for so long, nothing? Trump coming in to pardon these people, Libras, has humiliated down to me, it is crazy.
Are. You don't care if this is unjust. You only care that the machine state has decreed you are not to be locked up. And this is the problem I have with the left. They don't know the facts. They don't care about the facts. They view morality as a blanket government stroke of the pen. And every person, regardless of their crime, should be in prison for decades. I reject it outright. The people who fought cops should go to prison. They did. It's been 3 years. But when you've got people who are on misdemeanor charges for having walked into a building at 4 p.m., and I know some of these people, they walked into a building for 2 minutes and walked out, and they got 18 months for that. I don't see you defending the innocent people who walked onto a public grass at a public building after raided. You don't know. You don't care. You've taken a tribal position and people are suffering because of it. Now you say that Donald Trump saying the injustice that we've seen warrants commutation or pardons. You say that means his advocate. This is the ultimate problem. Then you cite a press release from Maryland saying, but the right's more. There is a distinction between a white supremacist as a right-wing group and a run-of-the-mill Christian conservative who showed up. Let's talk about Brandon Strzok. He never went in the building. He was on the other side of the building. There was a permitted he walked up the stairs and he was yelling. They put this guy in prison. There is Owen Schroyer, who was at a permitted rally, who was yelling at us. They put him in prison and specifically cited his speech. My dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's fine. I get it. We try to be polite. We try to be nice. But there are so many young liberals who sit here and say, the corporate press told me that these people are bad and the machine state government has decreed it by pen. So I don't care what crime they committed. I don't care what the jury said. I don't care who was on the jury.
Yes. Tim Pool throughout this segment, I don't want to make the video long, was on fire. I don't want to put my word in such a way that like I'm encouraging people going on to demonstrate or do certain kind of things. Yes, they did something. You want to punish them. Yeah, do it in such a way that it should be just. People should look at it both sides. I should not think like, this man did something even worse than this. Why is it that the person didn't even get this punishment? That is where people appear so. They are not happy. It's not like they did it in such a way that, like just picking them up to punish them. Some people are there for a longer time, like they did the most worst thing on earth. I don't want to go into all these details. I just wanted to react, show you what exactly is happening here. Thank you guys for always being there. I want to send this message to people who struggle every single segment I put out. I don't know. I was not saying this before. Is it that Democrats are now full on this platform, especially on my channel? What exactly struggling to always criticize? Please, if you don't understand, turn off captions. You will get whatever thing I say on every segment.
Remember it's not going to be a narrow position.
Donald Trump isn't one to let bygones be bygones.
The thing that disturbs me is not just that.
If you're seeing some videos behind my clips, please, I'm begging on you. That is just for the algorithm. You can stop here. You must not watch to the end. I usually like to pass this information so you should understand why I'm doing so. It is for the algorithm. Sometimes they don't want to recommend videos, so we know they are sick.
Just, went like, how dare you? Do you even know what an audit is? And I'm like,
Women and so many men are
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
attorneys or something.
I've never seen that.
Saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now it's time to unite everybody.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great. Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
If I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this.
no matter what's going on out there in the world, of course, the worst things could happen.
One I've known, which is every president, who's been really red.
ICE officers across the country.
The news is right. Maybe they're civilian drone, maybe they're all legal. I just find it hard to believe.